morning, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Robin, and I'm in East Central Florida and Brevard County, if you guys are local. And yeah, this is my front yard, or my side lot front yard. I did show you a little bit of the video of the butterfly garden, but it's kind of needing some serious love, so we're not going to stay there for long. But I decided to do a little video about the front yard because, oh, let me get in the back in the shade, because yesterday my husband was coming in and he said, honey, people are out there, a man and a woman, and they went up to the gate and they were like pointing at everything in the garden. And to me, that's a great compliment, even with it being messy like it is. We're in summer. I have cover crops going, and I have just required a month's time of rest off from the garden. I also have my husband home for a couple weeks of vacation. We have company here for a month, and I knew this going into the garden. I knew this going into the summer season, so I wanted to tarp everything and just rest, and sort of like a sabbatical from it, or the 7-year rest that you hear about in the Bible. But I thought, okay, if I'm going to do this, let's do it at least productive in the garden, and let's do cover crops, something I really haven't ever focused every garden on. Sometimes I'll put, butternut squash in one place or sweet potatoes in a place, but I've never once tried to do something for every one of my garden areas. And so without further ado, I just thought we would take a little curbside walk. Let's pretend we're just walking up to my space, and I thought maybe we would just go through the garden kind of as a sightseer point of view. So right here is the gomphrena that I started my little seeds with and planted in the spring, and they are beautifully blooming. I still have some leftover carrots in here. I have black-eyed peas, so I have a little bit here and there. More gomphrena right on the edge. Of course, you guys will see the weeds here. We have the pineapples. Behind it is the kale, and behind all that is the peppers, which are up high, but on the ground I have white sweet potatoes as ground cover. Oh, let's go over there since we can. That'll give you a little bit better view. Now, I didn't even buy the white sweet potatoes. It was a gift from a friend. Look at how crazy good they're growing. They're growing around the garbage can, which has sat here way too long, probably since May. But they are just taking off, and I didn't even plant them this year. I planted it 2 years ago, pulled it up. I put the russets in this spring, pulled those up, and now look, the white sweet potatoes are insane in this little back swath. I have a variety of the hot peppers here. You can see the kale better here. I have leeks, and then I kind of have a blank space right in here, and then I have a mixture of carrots and a lot of things that we're going to seed. We got a lawnmower going. But anyhow, those things that we're going to seed, I never did get to them, just out of busyness. And so they went to seed, and they will probably repopulate this fall when it gets nice and cool. Now, up front here and here, you can see, and this one went to bloom. I can see a bloom there. That is South Anna butternut squash, and I have a few of them, and I lost quite a few also. Let's see, I had some in here. I put new seeds. This was the second sowing right in here, but I lost all the big adults in here. So I have black-eyed peas. These are Queen Anne black-eyed peas. I have some broccoli that went to seed. I have the 4 o'clocks. These are the Salmon Sunset, something of Peru. And they looked really pitiful in the spring, but look at how beautiful. Well, they're not in bloom until later tonight, but boy, they're putting out a show of their own in the evening when people take their walks. and my cranberry hibiscus. Now this one is as deep of red because of the way the light hits it. Now you're seeing it in full sun, but this is the only sun it's going to get all day, and pretty soon it's just going to be in full shade, well, more shade, let's put it that way. I have a lot of dill that reseeded itself in here, so it's the seeds in the ground. I have a lot of these weeds, whatever those are. They're very popular in my yard, and so that will just, you know, when I have a minute, I will come and shade. I will pull that out. And I do actually have a little bit of carrots back here, Mexican sunflower. I have ciso spinach. I have oregano. I have another thing. I'll have to put the name on the screen. It's in a pot. I need to get it in the ground, but it's another tropical perennial spinach. And I can't remember. The name escapes me because I'm just still kind of learning it. Okay, so then I do have some cannas down. Well, that's the fuchsia 4 o'clock. I have some cannas down here, which bloomed once, and not very happy. I'm not sure what I did wrong, or if I did anything wrong. Maybe not, but that is what it is. I have some Florida pepper. It looks just like the Tabasco pepper. It reseeded itself. Now, don't forget, this is definitely hot mess, cover crop, don't touch it, set it, forget it kind of scenario here. This is not what we do in the fall, winter, and spring. These beds will be completely cleaned out after they do their summer thing. So amaranth, remember I told you in one of the last videos my amaranth was very short in the back. This stuff is 3+ feet high. This is the Love Lies Bleeding amaranth up here. I thought I had Coral Fountain in here, but I guess not. And then down here, right here, I have a little, looks like another one of those Florida peppers reseeded itself. On the cattle panels, I have both cattle panels filled with Alabama butter beans. Now this side looks a little sparse, but this side's picking up the slack, and the back is working. Some of that's left over from overwinter in the second panel. Then I have the yellow pear tomato. Oh, my allergies are awful right now. Sorry, pardon me. I'm gonna sneeze. So this right here, what you're seeing is a winter squash. And yes, winter squash, if you don't know this, aren't always growing in the winter. It is a buttercup squash. It was a volunteer that I never planted, and it started in the far back. It grew most of the year, and then all of a sudden I had a fall flower set. So like it started, I noticed the plant in May, and we were harvesting by December. So it takes quite a while, and it went across the, at least 80 feet to 100 plus feet, because it even started coming up this corner. But yeah, it's a great winter squash for Florida, but I have no idea what it is. We just call it the mystery pumpkin, but it is a buttercup winter squash. That's the best we can ID it as. All right, so, and it's completely, we'll see it when we go around the fence, but it's completely taken up that corner. And I have just noticed, look at how it is coming through, and it's going all the way to here. And same with, it's going through, it's right on the edge right here. Let me adjust the camera. Look, before we go any further, butterfly pea. I said we were going to turn the fence blue, and we're getting close. We have this little section. There's multiple plants in here, but we do have a small section of butterfly pea, and we can make tea and such like that. We're going to save a lot of blooms. I have another volunteer 4 o'clock. I have a volunteer zinnia that I never even put in here, or if I did, it took its sweet time. Probably planted it last year, and it's just now coming out. I love this sort of a sunset color. It's peachy, it's orange, it's got a hint of lavender in there. It's gorgeous. I have some more of the Queen Anne butterfly, no, I'm sorry, I got too many things going on in here. I've got black eyed peas right there. I still have collards These were, I got 4 plants for 25 cents each. So for $1, we've been eating collards for the better part of a year. Now I see the bugs. Do you see the little bugs right there? Yeah, they're starting to take over. So the only thing that eats off the collards now is the chickens. So and once in a while I'll give the bunny, but I have to inspect the leaves really good to make sure the bunny's not going to get like some bugs. Right here's my flaming candle, Brazilian. Well, anyhow, that's what it did look like. It needs a good trim, obviously. This is the mother fuchsia 4 o'clock. That's doing great. We have more butterfly peas over here. Yeah. These are just so beautiful. I'm very happy to have a few of them. Last year we had loofah all down here and around the corner, and it was beautiful. And I have so much loofah that I just didn't feel the need to grow it this year. So we thought we would grow butterfly pea, and I would have liked to have probably more than this, but this will do too, because it'll stay blooming probably all the way to October, November. Really, probably close to November. So let's get past that and show you. This is where the nasturtiums were, and they left a big old mess, but that'll be easy to clean up, really. And then we have the lemon bee balm, which is dried. Look at how pretty that is. That would be beautiful in flower arrangements. And, well, anyhow, all this needs to be cleaned up to go. And I will bring you guys along for a video like that when the timing is better for me to get out here and clean up. I wanted to make a special mention before we end this video that right here between the squash leaves, you see the more blue green leaves here and there? Those are snow crown or snow something cauliflowers. I actually have 2 cauliflowers still going, but because it's hot, they won't actually make heads, and that's okay. I'm just kind of leaving them as an experiment, honestly, and because it's very hard for me to get my feet in here, as you can see. So I've just been kind of leaving them as an experiment to see, you know, when they might put on a head. Will they ever put on a head? They may never, and I'm okay and ready to accept that. But it's been pretty cool. If not, that'll just become chicken feed later. So, and then here's my popular weed. This is something that I never can seem to eradicate in this yard. Look at the way the Alabama butterbean has jumped the cattle panels. They've made like a tunnel in there. And then on the bottom is the winter squash. It's amazing. Every so often I have to come out here and keep it at bay so my poor neighbor doesn't have to deal with it. But in here there are black-eyed peas way in the back. There are the zinnias, the Benary or Benary, depending on who you're listening to. I've been called them Benary. Giant, this is the coral, and the yellow's way far back there. You won't see it. There's my favorite weed again. And I just let this keep going and do its thing. And yeah, it's doing good. It is actually putting on blooms over there. Now they're all male blooms. Did you guys see that? Was there a bug on the screen? For a second there, I think I saw a bug fly on you. Anyhow, I need to take an allergy pill. Something's getting, probably all the dust from cleaning that house. And our guest arrived last night. That was awesome. So it was hard to see from this angle, but there's all sorts of male blooms in there, which is great. And in about probably another 6 weeks or so, there will be female blooms in there too. And then I'll be setting a lot of squash. Hold on, let me get out of that sun there. It's really hard on my new cataract eyes. There we go. You can see a lot better now. Ah, how about that? That's better. Okay, you can see the garden and I can see you. So I thought that'd be kind of cool just to have sort of a street side view of what's going on in the front. I can get my feet in some, like especially on the south side, but the north side, it's kind of impassable at this point. But it's fun. Buddy still jumps it like it's an obstacle course. Oh, but that is exactly, my plan worked out beautifully, and it's worked out in the back too. Things are going bonkers with all the rain, and it's like giving it fresh nitrogen or like high amounts of nitrogen. And I can never water the garden as well as what God waters it. And it's just so much healthier for it. And things are, I mean, the yard needs mowing like every 5 or 6 days. It's ridiculous. Yeah, this was just mowed less than a week ago, or about a week ago now. Needs mowing today. But yeah, everything is going well. I can escape the garden for a little while, and yet it is still being very productive for me. And we're gonna probably, I can tell you, in that patch down there with the buttercup squash, we'll probably end up with over 15, 20 buttercups. And then over here, if my South Anna really kicks in, we'll probably, I'm hoping to get 12, but I'm not really sure that, do you hear? I'm hoping to get 12 buttercups, but it's, I don't know, we're getting a late start. They don't really like the partial shade here, so that might not work. But maybe we'll be getting some white sweet potatoes. We'll probably in the back have the red sweet potatoes. And the peppers are going crazy. I'm still canning a couple jars every week, even though I'm not really, working hard in the garden. But I am still pulling fruit off the, plants that are already there. The tomatoes, I'm still getting a little bit of those every day. The Barbados cherry are giving me tons of cherries, and the miracle fruit too. It won't be very long, and I'll be eating star fruit. So it's all cool. Even when I'm not working, the garden's working for me. So you guys, I just want to thank you for taking a street side view of my lot, and I will see you in the next one. So take care. God bless. Bye.